called college food, lonely food, bachelor food, late night food. Whatever the name, I'm interested in finding the recipes and the people who create them. So I figured, what's the most logical thing to do? Hassle a bunch of strangers and see what they had to say about it.
My go-to's got to be rice cakes and cheese. Yeah, with that tomato basil rice cakes and cheese, yeah. You melt them in the microwave, it will be the best thing you've never had.
A slice of bread once. I just ate a slice of bread.
A lot of stuff to do with ramen, like a lot of stuff.
Kraft dinner and toast are always like a go-to.
I put Cheez-Its on my peanut butter and jelly.
Just get 2 pieces of bread and make Kraft dinner and squish it together, put ketchup on it, and then eat it.
This guy gets it. In order to get better insight on this, I needed to get in the kitchen. So I'm going to my friend Brett's house. He told me that he's making something from south of the border, and I can't wait. So, you're making taco in a bag.
Yes, taco meat.
Is this something that you've made for yourself a lot, or yeah?
Almost monthly.
Oh.
Yeah. Roommate tradition.
Yeah. Nice.
It's pretty sweet. Susan likes it too.
Who?
Susan.
Susan the cat, right. She would.
I learned a trick while working in the kitchen.
What's
Always
that?
Hold the knife right here.
Oh.
And then you could use your fingers so you don't cut your finger off.
That's really smart.
And you can chop real fast.
Hopefully today is not the day that you prove us wrong on that.
I know. I did okay. You get the taco seasoning out of here. And the key ingredient, the Doritos.
The key.
The key.
Now I got a question about this.
Yes. This is irregular.
Yeah.
I was looking for hot, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, they have different
Yeah,
spice
they have
levels.
I got medium, mild,
Really?
hot,
You know about your taco seasoning?
zesty,
Oh.
spicy, hot, spicy.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's crazy.
You're literally blowing my mind.
My mind was blown every time I go to the grocery store. I think we're ready for the water and
Okay.
the sauce, man. You got it ready there?
You want me to pour the water in?
Yes, please. I think we should do it at the same time.
Oh.
I find that it actually makes it a lot more magical.
Little synchronicity here?
Yeah, ready?
Wow, that's like
Little fire and ice.
a marriage ceremony.
Pretty much. Where do I sign?
I gotta get a good
A little
mix
bit of everything.
There we go. Oh,
There we go.
Yeah.
The crunch, hey, mixed with everything else. It's just perfect.
Yeah. So okay, if what I gotta ask, what genre of food do you think this is?
I don't know, man. We should just eat it at like basketball tournaments as kids.
You know what that is? What this food is?
It's a basketball tournament.
It's basketball tournament
That's
food.
the only time I've had it, other than now.
Other than alone at home. That's true. How many bites are you gonna be able to get before I get
That's
massacred?
the game. That's totally the game.
That is the game. The next person I'm visiting is someone I've never met before. Her name's Maynard, and I've been promised that what she's preparing for me tonight is unlike anything I've ever had. What they did tell me is that ramen is the key ingredient. Sounds perfect. What kind of food item are you going to prepare for me today?
It's something that I used to make as a kid in like a very poor household where like ramen was a big food that we ate. So I'm combining ramen with grilled cheese whiz sandwich. I think that I've like blocked the memory of how it tastes from my mind because I haven't had it for probably 17 years.
Well, let's get started. You lead the way. It's your kitchen. Let's see how you do things.
So first, the bread shouldn't be frozen. Oh God, I don't even want to think about eating this right now.
I am very much looking forward to watching you eat it. So I'm really interested. How did this come to be this particular creation?
It's a combination of what my mom called cheese whiz melts, which is cheese whiz on bread, toasted so that it bubbles up,
Yeah.
and ramen. And I was like, listen, I can't decide between one or the other. I'll put them both together.
So there's a little bit of trial and error involved with this.
Definitely.
So this is the peak.
You can peel the black bubble off and see like a beautiful cheese whiz underneath, but you can also eat the cheese whiz bubble as like a fruit leather type cheese leather. I'm genuinely afraid of like opening that oven and seeing it.
Let's take a look. Oh, and
So,
that is
yeah.
gotten black.
That is black. Underneath the little bubble is just like cheese whiz. And if you want, you can eat
Oh,
that.
thank you. Should I eat it off the fork
Yes. There you go. It's hot though. Careful.
or? Actually,
It's not bad.
you know, it looks it looks burnt.
But it's not.
It's not.
Oh, I'm getting like PTSD flashbacks right now. Oh God, I'm thinking about eating this is terrifying right now.
Do you want me to take the inaugural bite, or would you like to?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad. Yeah, this is very fiery.
Hey.
It's not bad. The
It's
cheese
good.
whiz is subtle.
It is.
It's not too salty.
It's kind of more like you get it a little bit after the ramen, initial ramen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna do this.
Honestly?
I just bought ramen 2 days ago, and I haven't bought it in a while.
Okay, now I'm getting some cheese whiz in like the middle. I'm getting some real whiz action.
Do you think this type of food is important in the world of cuisine?
It's a tough question. Because if you are a little sad poor kid with your parents not around, you gotta eat. And to discover the kitchen on your own and combine things together is kind of fun. Is it healthy? No. Does it have any food groups? Carbs. We got carbs. We got maybe some dairy. I think the experience of making it is important to cooks everywhere.
The experience of making it is important. Whether you've just started life on your own away from your parents, or you don't have much in the house and you just need something to eat, or maybe you just want to try something different. It may not be the prettiest thing, but it's your thing. Sometimes, when my wife is working late and the kids are finally in bed, I'll get a little creative in the kitchen. For me, there are two necessary ingredients: hot dogs and bacon. But this time, I had some extra inspiration.
I gotta get mine. Magnify.
The weather's good, people are feeling fresh for today, and you know, everything together, it's looking like it's going to be a success. This event that we have here, hosted on the 23rd of March, we're trying to create a community empowerment, and hence we created this platform to bring the elderly and the young to see, you know, how we can learn from one another. I started off as an exec, just someone who wanted to help out, someone who wanted to be part of, you know, a club that was started off by a fellow colleague of mine. He was looking at basically, bringing our culture from back at home, being able to integrate it into the community here, and being able to reach out to the elders who have seen the changes that have been taking place in the Kelowna community as a whole.
I chose to do roasted potatoes finished with herbs and a bit of chili-infused honey.
My name is Dante. I'm a first-year Bachelor of Management student. I'm originally from Indonesia, but I'm also half Canadian.
I felt pretty left out in the first term. I wasn't really involved in any clubs, but then I saw Emilio post something on the UBCO class of 2022 Facebook group, and he was looking for volunteers for cooking. And I saw that it was linked to a club, so I took a look at the club's Facebook page, and as soon as I saw that their objective was to pretty much close the gap between age and culture, I was all about it.
It's giving both us and the elderly an opportunity to learn about each other's generations and like perspectives about things, and I think that's really cool. That's really cool.
I'd like to thank Ainsley for putting this together today, so a bit of a round of applause for them and the organisers. Set up this beautiful event, it's going to be a lot of fun. So what we're going to do straight off the bat is I think you guys are all sitting at your tables, so what we should do is you guys should introduce yourselves, we'll go around the table maybe, split off into your groups, and then there's a couple topic discussion questions that you have on the table, you can talk about that.
We got a little serious at this table. Our question was that today was the last day of your life. What would you do differently from what you're doing right now? And to try and lighten it up a bit, I always pose the question a little differently. What one thing that you've never eaten would you want to eat on the last day of your life? And the three young ladies on our table were from the Philippines, and apparently there is a dish in the Philippines made from dried pig's blood. And that was voted as the one they'd like to eat. Interestingly, that culturally, I said, well, we also have that in England too. It's called black pudding, which is congealed blood, so we're not that different.
I really thought this event was a great idea. I hope in the future we can build even more links into the community, get more community people coming up to it, as well as a broader range of students. But I think the idea in this type of format is just perfect.
And we have one question left, Kurt.
I always get more energy when I'm around young people. I thought the game was a good icebreaker and it made us unite as a table, and we won. So, but what could be better?
You know, when you come out to an event like this, you don't really know too much what to expect. So when I walked in here and I saw just a lovely setup, a great host, a really great diversity of people, and seeing the fun games and like the nice format that's happened, I've had a great time.
Most importantly, I wanted to appreciate our volunteers at the back there. Thank you guys for making the food. That's it. Thank you very much.
UBC is part of our city and part of our community, but so often we don't get an opportunity to meet the students that are here, and it's been really fun for me to come up. I spend a lot of my time downtown, and it's just been fun to integrate with a whole group of people that are part of our community that I just don't get to see very often.
And really it's up to us to invite somebody to come with us, and I think this is where we would get a larger representation of older generation.
What aging means to me. I know it sounds a bit plain, but aging means love to begin with. Like finding love outside of what you know, finding love outside of your comfort zone, finding love within people that you never know you could find love. This is how connections are created even before everything else.
I do believe that Kelowna and Canada as a whole needs to hold on to their elders, needs to make sure they respect them and treat them in a certain way that they're always listened to. Something that I don't believe many people have the opportunity or the have not had that privilege, just to being able to be asked for that. Someone who can say, hey, come home when you have, when you're feeling homesick. Someone who can say, hey, let me hold your hand, if you're having, trouble with your girlfriend. Someone who I can speak to, who understands me on a different level. Someone who I can discuss with things that maybe I cannot discuss with people with the same, intellectual, or someone who's in the same level of age as me.
So beautiful right now.
Bye.
Hey, Frank. The door was open.
Mark, it's been a while. It's good to see you.
You too. You look busy. You need an extra hand?
Matter of fact, I do. You're back? I thought they shut you down.
They did, but I'm back, baby. Still got your bag?
Wife made me get rid of it.
Well, you're going to need one. I'll make a quick stop. They'll have what you need.
I'll be right back. That's a handbag, all right.
Nice. That'll do nicely.
It's been a long time.
Get in. Can't have you with an empty bag. How many are you looking for?
Just 3. Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Nothing, man. This one's on me, for old time's sake.
Thank you. I missed you, man.
I missed you too. Let's get you back home. Still remember how?
I think so. Let's find out.
that sound? Frank, I can't believe you. You promised. We're through.
I'm sorry, Hank. Mine left me too. I just love hands so much. We're all in the same boat here.
Oh my god, it's so hard.
Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good question.
Coffee. Coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
It depends, honestly.
I guess I prefer tea.
Tea, definitely. Tea.
Tea.
I like both. It just depends on the occasion.
I don't prefer coffee or tea. I prefer juice.
And why is that?
Wakes me up.
Wakes me up, I guess.
because it tastes sweeter.
Because it's not as watered down as tea, has a stronger flavor.
For me, if I don't drink my coffee in the morning, I am completely angry and miserable.
But right now it's like roll up the rim season.
And then when I'm teaching a class, I will probably get very mad at someone.
How about you?
Me? Oh, tea. Definitely.
My name is Purple, an international student from China. Life in Canada is great, but it is not always like home. Coffee, for instance, is one of the earliest conflicts I found here. Back home, my life is filled with tea and it is always slow and relaxing. It's always about enjoying the moment and having a conversation with people you are having tea with. Coffee is so fast and intense for me. I see it more like a transaction. People are always on the go. They grab and leave, but not slowing down and enjoying the moment. So I went on a quest, exploring the modern world of cafes, contrasting them with the formalities of Chinese tea houses, trying to learn why this is the social preference and why coffee is not my cup of tea. First, I need to find out why I am so into tea. So I sat down with my teammates and talked about it. After a couple rounds of tea, we found out the reason why we love tea so much. One of the main reasons is tea is a part of Chinese culture, and we feel we have this obligation to know it and pass it on. Also, because tea is so deep inside Chinese culture, we grow up drinking tea. We got so used to tea, so it already became a habit, became part of us. And since it is already a huge part of our culture, it makes sense that it became a media for people to talk and connect with each other. With that figured out, I started to think that coffee might not be so different than tea. Coffee has to have a slow side and a similar culture like tea. There must be someone who are as passionate about coffee as I am about tea. That's when I found Nate at Canoon Coffee.
Thanks for talking with me, Don.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for reaching out to me. I love to talk about coffee.
What's the difference between this and the Starbucks coffee that we can get?
Well, I think that the difference between us and Starbucks coffee would be that Starbucks know how to get coffee to people quickly, and they know how to be consistent with the taste of their coffee. With that, a lot of the time you lose the kind of human connection and even the connection with the coffee. But what we love to do the most is tell people about the farmers who grew these coffees. We like to talk about the different kind of soil that it was grown in and the elevation and how all of those different factors can give a completely different tasting coffee. And then you can have a moment where you are almost transported to a completely different country, to a completely different culture, just for a minute, and just slow down and have those connections instead of just always being on our phones or always, going from this place to that place, from this business meeting to that business meeting. We want it to be able to be a place where anybody can come and learn and ask questions and feel like they belong. Well, I think that a lot of it is borrowed from, Chinese tea culture, because a lot of people have been noticing how everything's so fast that nobody has time to just take a second and breathe or talk to another person. And that's where I think we have so much to learn from Chinese tea culture, from Chinese culture in general, places that, slow down just a second just to enjoy something with another human being.
This is still tea. I still prefer tea. But I don't think coffee is a transaction anymore. Maybe that's just the vibe at the university. And if I do want a cup of coffee the slow way, I know where to go.
So that's it, the last solar eclipse to be seen on this continent in this century. And as I said, not until August 21st, 2017, will another eclipse be visible from North America. That's 38 years from now, the day the shadow of the moon fall in the world's east.
On the other side of the world, there's a mountain made of diamond, which is 2.5 miles high, 2.5 miles wide, and 2.5 miles in depth. Every 100 years, a little bird makes the treacherous journey across land, sea, and sky, regardless of conditions. Upon finally reaching the mountain, the little bird sharpens its beak on it and returns home once again. And when the whole mountain is worn away by this repeating act over centuries of travels, then the first second of eternity will be over.
Am I allowed to look at her like that? Could it be wrong when she's just so nice to look at? She smells like lemongrass in sleep. She tastes like apple juice and peach. You would find her in a Polaroid picture. And she means everything to me. Oh.
Well, this is me, and this is the story of the worst year of my life. Now, before I get on to the worst year of my life, I want to talk about a pretty decent year of my life. 2017. The year I graduated from high school. You see, graduating was more or less a good moment for me. I sort of faced a lot of depression problems and trouble making friends in high school, but graduation meant I was finally going to leave it all behind. And while I didn't end up with any friends by the time I graduated, my mom stood by me at every step of the way, and I ended up winning a $90,000 scholarship. So despite all the icky stuff, things were looking up for me. Needless to say, I was pretty excited. I was practically going to get paid to go to university. I was perhaps naively aiming to be the best student in my entire program, and I was going to realize my lifelong dreams of becoming a famed artist and writer. Things were going to be great. And things were great. I got high marks on my very first midterms. For the first time in my life, I had my own ragtag group of friends, and I was happy. But then in November, everything just kind of changed. All of a sudden, I was too sad and scared to do anything. I was too scared to do my schoolwork, so I just didn't do it. I was too scared to draw or write anymore, so I quit. I failed all of my second set of midterms, and started spending more time lying in bed. I felt numb all the time. On the outside, it seemed like laziness. But I knew it wasn't. When I was confronted with the idea of doing homework or drawing, I felt like I was going to die. I know it sounds extreme, but I felt too stupid and ugly and inadequate to do anything, so I didn't do anything. I kind of knew I was getting depressed again, and I also knew that if I didn't get help soon, it would just get worse. But then there was even more fear that it wasn't bad enough and fear that I didn't deserve help. So I did nothing. Then came 2018. The year I turned 18, and the year I pretty much went off the deep end. I stopped going to school entirely. I spent over 22 hours a day in bed. And while things seemed fairly normal with me on the outside, the inside of my brain looked something like this. And I would do this all day long. Afterwards, I would go upstairs, eat half a boiled egg, and then go back down to my room and vegetate all over again. Because that's all I ate each day, I lost about 20 pounds in a month. I turned my friends down whenever they invited me somewhere because I felt ashamed of myself. I felt guilty for wasting time that I could have been using studying or drawing or writing, and this guilt was so overwhelming that I would waste even more time doing nothing at all, and it became this crazy, uncontrollable cycle. When the school year came to an end, I'd pretty much ruined all of my friendships, and I didn't even show up for my finals. Then my mom came home after being out of the country. It was difficult to get her to understand what happened because she grew up in a time and culture where stuff like this just wasn't talked about. But my mom was my best friend. All she wanted was for me to be happy, so we started a conversation. If I had her support, then I had everything I ever needed. But this conversation was stopped before it could even begin. In June 2018, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. It was the first time in my life that I had ever come face to face with the fact that I might lose her. It was hard. I felt even more guilty for being depressed because my mom was going through something a lot worse than me. In the end, I had no one to talk to. My mom already had it hard, I had no siblings, and I had no close friends I felt I could confide in. It made me isolate even harder. The thing is, you won't understand depression if you've never been depressed. And you won't understand what it's like to have a parent with cancer if you've never had a parent with cancer. So when both of these things happen, you're in limbo, and it feels like you're sinking. Now, it's 2019. Just recently, I turned 19 years old. It's been difficult, but I'm trying my hardest to make things better. I'm trying to draw and write again, no matter how hard it is to stay motivated. I know it's hard to be friends with people like me, and I'm not the best at reaching out, so I'm learning to love the solitude. I'm doing my assignments, I'm going to my finals. Mom is doing chemo, and I've been trying my best to fight all my negative thoughts. And that means forcing back all the self-doubts. It means breaking the cycle. And it means leaving the past behind, just like I had done when I graduated from high school. So I'm going to do exactly that. But before I do, let me say one last thing. Fuck 2018. And also fuck 2019 in advance.